The New York Knicks and the Washington Bullets. A series that has gone dramatically in favor of the Knicks, who have won the last 6 games against Washington, 12 of the last 13. Bullets last night at Market Square in Indianapolis lost to the Pacers 116 to 96, a game that saw Indiana shoot 60%. While the Knicks with the walloping of the Boston Celtics last night at the Garden. And we're set now for the introduction of the Hertz starting lineups.
Starting at center, number 33, 7 feet out of Georgetown, Patrick Ewing. Starting at forward, number 34, 6'9", from Virginia Union, Charles Oakley. And starting at forward, number 54, 6'10", from Pittsburgh, Charles Smith. Head coach of the Knicks is Pat Riley. Assistant coaches Dick Harder and Jeff Van Gundy. The trainer is Mike Saunders. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Bullets. Brought to you by GMC Trucks. Starting at guard, number 10, 5'10", from Boston College, co-captain Michael Adams. Starting at guard, number 40, 6'7", from Indiana, Calbert Cheaney. Starting at center, number 00, 7 feet, from Eastern Illinois, Kevin Duckworth. Starting at forward, number 15, 6'8", out of Kentucky, Kenny Skywalker. And starting at forward, number 24, 6'10", from NC State, co-captain Tom. Our head coach is Wes Unseld. Assistant coaches are Jeff Bizelic and Robert Reed. The trainer is John Lally. Referees for tonight's game, Jack Madden.
Season, you recall the earlier meeting between the Knicks and the Bullets back in November, where Kenny Walker came off the bench and had a terrific ball game. In fact, at this point, as you take a look at some of the highlights of that game, there was the question as to whether Kenny Walker would remain with the team.
Yes, he was almost in a tryout status with the Bullets at that time, but this performance, which was tremendous by Kenny Walker, as you see, 18 points, 6 out of 9 from the field, 14 rebounds. Those are all season high numbers for Kenny. And Wes Unseld has kept his eye on Kenny Walker, so much so that with all their problems tonight, he comes back to the Capitol Center here and earns his first start of the season. Kenny Walker always has a very high spirit about him, and the Knicks better keep their eye on him and box him out. That demonstration against the Knicks earlier showed what happens when you don't box Kenny Walker out.
I'll look at the officiating crew: Jack Madden, Tommy Washington, and Greg Willard. It'll be Kevin Duckworth and Patrick Ewing on the opening tip. The Knicks with a road record of 12 up and 6 down. They've won the last 3, all 3 on the West Coast. They've taken 5 of the last 7. And the Knicks in a busy stretch. Pat Riley and his club playing 7 games and in 10 days, beginning with the game at the Garden last night against the Boston Celtics. Reach and foul is called on Charles Oakley, trying to knock it away from Calbert Cheaney.
In their first meeting that you mentioned, Marv, on November 10th, Cheaney was a starting forward for the Bullets. And thankfully for him, he's back in the starting lineup, but this time as a guard, where they feel his career will be spent.
and Cheney gets right to it. Calbert Cheney, first-round draft pick, the 6th selection overall. He is the all-time Big Ten scorer. Certainly struggled in the early going. Walker with the steal. Here's Adams with Anthony back. And Michael Adams gives the Bullets a 4-0 lead.
Nice play by Kenny Walker, igniting that 2 points.
Oh, look out. Tom Gugliotta and Charles Smith having words. And now Oakley steps in. Smith and Gugliotta exchanging bumps out at midcourt, and it continued.
Most unusual from those two personalities.
Quick to get onto the court. And then Charles Oakley could be hit for 3rd man in if this were the National Hockey League, as he stepped between and made contact with Kenny Walker. Here's how this got underway.
Well, some words preceded that push by Charles Smith.
They actually bumped out at midcourt, and it led to that.
But neither player would be described as fighters and troublemakers, so to speak. And it's so unusual to see Gugliotta and Charles so hot right away.
And apparently a technical was called on Smith, and that is it. And you saw the technical foul shot converted, and the Bullets are off to a 5-0 lead.
If nothing else, Marv, that can shake the Knicks up, who can come in here expecting an easy one. And this might be good for the Knicks.
They double up on Ewing.
The personnel changes is Kevin Duckworth, who was very slow to respond to that move by Oakley inside.
Look out. Duckworth took a push from Ewing. Kevin.
He became a Bullet.
Duckworth called for the travel.
Well, he also, you know, if you want to play referee and looking at that, you could also think he committed an offensive foul.
Bullets 5 and the Knicks 2. 2 minutes gone by. Adams with the steal. Anthony lost his balance. Adams fires it up, and a foul is called on Starks.
Almost looked like a trip by Adams of Greg Anthony, leading to that as well. Boy, we got a lot of action here in the opening moments. These officials, from the looks of this thing, are going to be busy. Adams quick to that loose ball, and he forces the play as well as any shorter player in the NBA.
So Michael Adams to the line. The NBA's all-time three-point shooter in terms of three-point field goals made. Michael Adams is number 3, following Dale Ellis and Danny Ainge. following the arthroscopic surgery, shooting close to 60% over the 7 games since making his return. Gugliotta try to answer. It's a 3-on-1. Oakley for Smith. Starks, Oakley, and Smith on the 3-on-1 break.
It's kind of basketball that Pat Riley likes. Push that ball up court. Get that defense before they get set.
The Bullets 7, the Knicks 6. We are just underway in Landover. Pass for Gugliotta was broken up by Oakley. Anthony. So the Knicks take the 1-point lead. 6-0 run by New York.
Greg Anthony playing the opposing guard, much like Derek Harper does now. He's picking him up at 3-quarter court, getting on him early. And on that bump, the foul is called by the offense.
Looks to be something going on between Anthony and Adams. Greg Anthony very pleased that the call went against Michael Adams.
A lot of MCI customers confess they didn't get the savings they hoped for.
We tried MCI on that friends and family thing. I was very disappointed in the plan.
I mean, if you want to give us savings, give us savings. Just give it to us.
Introducing AT&T True USA Savings. If you spend $25 a month, you'll get 20% off your AT&T long-distance calls. 20% off. Guaranteed. And the fact is, if you're an MCI Friends and Family Basic or Primetime customer, you could save more with AT&T.
I thought we were going to save a lot of money, and we didn't.
The truth is, the average Friends and Family Basic customer's discount is only 6%.
I'm going to switch back to AT&T.
Call us at 1-800-PICK-ATT. The call's free. Switching is free. And you get 20% off every call you make in the USA. Anytime, anywhere, to anyone you call.
Bye, MCI.
Call us at 1-800-PICK-ATT.
The real you coming through your true voice.
Don't miss the excitement as Madison Square Garden hosts the 118th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show with over 2,500 contestants representing 145 different breeds and varieties of everyone's best friend. Join us for opening night coverage of the world's most prestigious canine competition, the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, February 14th at 8 on MSG2.
A real winner knows how to party right. Please use good sense when you drink and know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Tom Gugliotta last season against the Knicks, 14 of 53, 26% shooting for the product of Huntington Station, Long Island. And trying to correct those statistics. I mentioned had a decent game against the Knicks in the meeting at the Garden. Did not shoot well in the first game here in Landover. And in the opening minutes got involved with Charles Smith. Smith hit with a technical for the shove of Gugliotta. Smith with Oakley and Ewing up front. Starks and Anthony in the backcourt. It's a leg block. The Knicks get the new 24.
Greg Anthony, concentrating on passing, is still passing up a number of shot opportunities as he moves around in the backcourt. Although his shooting certainly of late has given him reason to be confident.
They double up on Ewing. Try to find Smith with a cross-court pass that was picked off. Gugliotta, nice move, going right at Smith to give the Bullets an 11-8 lead.
That shows you how Gugliotta feels. He wants to bang with Charles Smith after their early explosion that they had. And they're going at it right now again.
Yes, Smith trying to get position. Here's Anthony. Well, Greg Anthony connects. And the Bullets lead by 1. Tom Gugliotta complaining to the official Jack Madden. Walker rejected by Smith. Walker stopped again. Starks behind the back, but Smith lost it. Oh, that would have been a beautiful play. Charles Smith apparently not expecting the pass, but the Knicks get a break. It was deflected out by the Bullets.
Oakley made a heck of a play too, Marv, in that rebound. He cleared it and fired it out, igniting the break.
Smith inbounds to Starks. John Starks has been off. 0 for 4. 5:20 to go in this first quarter. The Bullets lead by 1. Now Walker guarded by Smith. Gugliotta. Ewing with the box out. Anthony pops it down. Beautiful pass for Oakley.
The only way you make that play if the pass is perfect, because the defense was hanging around, and Greg Anthony threw a beauty.
The Knicks 12, the Bullets 11. Calbert Chaney showing a bit more confidence than what we saw in the brief appearances earlier this season. Bullets lead by 1. Calbert Chaney last night with a 22-point game against the Indiana Pacers. Oakley, things picking up at both ends, and the Knicks now lead by 1.
Nice pass back. When Ewing got the pressure, he gave it up to Charles.
Calbert Chaney receiving much support last night back at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. And the fans who followed him during his days as a Hoosier at Indiana rooting him on. Friends and family on hand. Kevin Duckworth hanging in with the tips.
Duckworth and his girth is making Ewing give ground when he starts to move. It's not making Patrick happy, but he was there in good position, although Duckworth, Marv, is playing with a lot more fire than we have seen him play this year.
It was called for a foul on that last tip attempt. Ewing. Chaney's pass intercepted by Ewing. Anthony with a bad pass for Oakley. First quarter going at a very fast pace. Chaney able to recover. Try to get it out. He does. Here's Adams. Rebounded by Oakley. Gives to Rolando Blackman, who just checked in, replacing John Starks. Just a moment ago, Patrick Ewing attempted his first shot of the game. He went 8 minutes before he took his first shot. Oakley was fouled. Foul committed by Kenny Walker. That is his first.
Patrick Ewing giving that ball up again to pressure. Nicely done to Charles Oakley. Both players reading each other very well. Ewing sensing when he gets pressure there's going to be someone open, and he gets the ball to him better than ever these days.
Charles Oakley, averaging 12 a game. Now 7 points for tonight. He's hit 3 of 3 from the field. Last time the Knicks played the Bullets, Charles went all 48 minutes. 5 of 10, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Usual solid performance by Oakley. Anthony Mason and Derek Harper have come on now. So the Knicks with a front line of Ewing, Oakley, and Mason, Harper, and Blackman in the backcourt. Anthony Mason showing much confidence the last few games, handling the ball more frequently, the way he did last year.
I would think, Marv, also he'll like the pace that this game is going at, as the Knicks have been able to run a significant amount of time here in the first half. And Anthony, as we've seen, loves handling that ball, and he's been doing a great job at it.
The Knicks lead 16-13 as we come up on 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Ball foul is called. Well, let's see. Perhaps they called it last touch by the Bullets. The ball was knocked out of bounds. Timeout is taken.
Which 800 service keeps sales clicking? Well, if there's a problem, AT&T can reroute your calls in less than a second. So you'll never miss a beat. One more reason to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business. Imagine this is
Act now and
what is just that?
Game, if you look at that haircut carefully, but what Pat Riley's most concerned about is what he's been doing over the last 3 games. 11 points a game, plus the prior 3 games, nothing out of Anthony Mason with that injury, of course. But he's doing a terrific job, and the numbers don't tell the story. It's how he's been handling the ball that has made him so valuable.
Shot clock at 4. Ewing got to just fire it up with the shot clock running down. Knicks with a 3-point lead. Michael Adams, Tom Gugliotta with the tip, and it cuts the Knicks lead to 1.
Give Gugliotta credit for getting that fine position.
6 points for Gugliotta. Ewing extending to an 18-15 Knick lead.
You know, Patrick Ewing does not fear Kevin Duckworth. In the past relationship when he was a member of the Blazers, he always did well by getting the position he wanted down low. So despite Patrick not scoring that much early, it functioned more of his teammates shooting the ball and doing a good job than him being held down.
Purvis Ellison just checked in with his first attempt. An alarming story in today's edition of the Washington Times that Purvis Ellison did not deny. Rolando Blackman giving the Knicks a 5-point lead. The story pointing out that Purvis has had trouble with both knees, could be nearing retirement. According to doctors, the knees may be worn out, and it could mean early retirement for Purvis Ellison, who has struggled physically this season. Is it over for the Bullets? Purvis Ellison, the question asked, the headline in the Washington Times sports section. Suffering with an inflammation of the joints characterized by pain and swelling, and has the condition in both knees. That's a 3-pointer. 9 points for Gugliotta, and the Knicks lead 20-18.
It's a remarkable medical status, considering Purvis is only 26 years of age.
Mason backing his way. 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Adams trying to hit Chaney, broken up by Blackman. Gugliotta throwing for Duckworth, and very fortunate that it was deflected out by the Knicks. Threw a bullet. All right, here's a familiar face to the New York Knicks, although he had what would be termed a cup of coffee, John, as they say in baseball. Gerald Patio who spent some time with the Knicks, wasting no time, and buries the jump shot off the inbound.
Oh, how does that feel for Gerald? I say it feels great, Marv.
Gerald Patio out of UNLV. Here's Hopper getting inside. And back comes Adams. 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Patio looking for another shot. He signed a 10-day contract. Nice pass for Ellison. Bullets lead by 2. Patio here with the Bullets on a 10-day contract. He had signed as a free agent with the Knicks, appeared in 3 games in the midst of a 10-day contract after his game-to-game contract over in Italy. Knicks work the clock down. Herb Williams getting it inside. Yes, it counts. Charles Oakley off to the fast start offensively, and he will go to the line with 7 2/10 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Nice look inside from Herb Williams, and a nice fake by Charles Oakley, and a fine finish. Very uncomplicated move by Charles. Well, you know, Marv, this Bullets team has come out with an effort characteristic of what has been expected of the Bullets the last several years. So far in this game, it's their best effort of the 8 quarters or 9 quarters now that we've seen the 2 teams play.
We're down to the final seconds of the first quarter. Guglielmo had to force it and nearly put it down. After 1, it's the Knicks 22 and the Bullets 22.
Since your face can't adjust to your razor,
brought to you in part by the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. By Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota. And by AT&T, the official telecommunications company of the New York Knicks and the NBA.
John, tonight our Coke Classic play comes from the archives of Coke Classic plays as we flash back to November the 10th. Last time the Knicks and Bullets were here. Fast break for the Bullets. Look out, a ball girl on the floor trying to mop it down. Had to scurry off as Kenny Walker was able to drive the lane and hit. Here's a look from the other angle as she tries to hustle off the floor, and Kenny Walker able to split through, and by golly, people here are compassionate. She's still here working.
Well, the management here of the Bullets knows that that young lady is somebody's daughter, Marv. And that means everything's okay.
Double dribble is called. The ball will go to the Bullets. Yes, she is still here working, which is nice to see. Poor shooting quarter for the Bullets. 8 out of 21 from the floor. Mitchell Butler has come on for the first time, a rookie from UCLA, and George Murasan also in the game for the first time.
Oh, shorty Herb Williams blocked that shot by Murasan, who comes in at 7 feet 7 inches tall.
And contributed last night against the Pacers. 12 points and 9 rebounds. Surprising folks in Indianapolis. Here's Bonner, who just checked in. Murasan gets to it. Murasan with Butler and Ellison up front. This is Patio. He's in the backcourt with Adams, and a foul is called. Foul on Blackman.
Well, Herb Williams, facing the 7-7 Murasan, saw that move coming. He's been around long enough to know he could time his jump just right, and he did.
Murasan, second round draft pick by way of Romania. Alley-oop for Ellison. And the Bullets now lead 24-22. Herb Williams throwing the air ball. is unbelievable to see the 7'7" Murison. He dwarfs 6'11" Herb Williams. And now Bonner is on Murison. It goes to the hook shot. He does have more of a touch than the Newt Bowl, though. When you take a look at the shot technique, but seems to be laboring going up and down the court.
But you know, there's something about his game that shows he's a basketball player, Marv. He's not just a big guy. He's got some instincts, and he moved to try and steal that ball moments ago. He's moving around. He's not fast, certainly, but he's getting there.
Traveling violation called on Ellison. Patrick Ewing will check back in, and this should be intriguing to watch with Ewing going against Murison. So Patrick is looking forward to it. Brent Price on the floor for the first time. You know, it's a type of situation. If I'm Patrick Ewing, obviously you play all out as he always does, but I would think there has to be a fear of getting hurt because he's so awkward, Murison. Butler rebounded by Ewing. Ellison took it away. Murison. From Murison able to score against Ewing.
Well, he's getting the Eric Anderson treatment that Eric got last night at the Garden. The fans taking to him, reacting quite well. He tries, Marv. He gives off a body language that you like the guy. He's out there trying, and he's aware of what's going on around him.
And he's playing quality minutes in contrast to the Eric Anderson appearance last night, which had the Garden in a frenzy in the final minutes of the game.
Wes Unseld doesn't have the quality lineup either that Pat Riley has.
Bullets lead 26-22. Off the steal, here's Bonner being chased by Butler and fouled. Mitchell Butler was in the starting lineup last night. Began the season on the injury list with a sore right wrist. Butler in the lineup last night because of Don McClain's sideline, as he is tonight because of a hip pointer. Bullets also without Rex Chapman because of that dislocation of the ankle. And Larry Stewart involved in the shooting incident, and now with a broken right foot. Patrick Ewing. And the Bullets for the 26-24 lead.
That's where Ewing will kill Murison. If he hangs around the foul line, the guy's not going to come out. The big guy's not going to come out and chase Ewing. And if he does, Patrick can sail around him.
Butler rejected. Butler again. Murison tips it home.
You know, Marv, if I'm not mistaken, he was on tippy toes when he tipped that down.
Bullets 28 and the Knicks 24. The Knicks had gone 3.5 minutes without scoring before they did just a moment ago. And it's Murison controlling. That's his 4th rebound. Patio. Bullets have had some tough luck on shots. A couple have gone in and out. Bullets lead by 4. John Starks, who has sat out for a good portion of time, getting set to make his return. Ewing is fouled.
Moments ago, Murison around the basket just came sailing into the play. Looked like he got off the ground an inch or two. I thought he might have been almost flat-footed, but he did that quite nicely.
John Starks, Charles Smith checking back in as Patrick Ewing goes to the line for the first time. It's been a quiet first half for Ewing. Only 4 points, 4 rebounds. Calvert Chaney returns, replacing Gerald Patio.
Well, as bad as the Bullets have been with injuries and other problems that they've had personnel-wise, they've come here to win this game, Marv. They've made that clear from the outset. They're playing very hard, and this is not going to be an easy one for the Knicks. And look what they're doing on the boards to the Knicks, 18-12.
Bullets lead by 3 with 5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Illegal defense called for the first time
The rebounding pattern here is no surprise to Pat Riley, because in the prior 2 games, the Bullets have out-rebounded the Knicks in both games, although only by 1. But still, when you look at the personnel, that's rather surprising.
Murison was wide open, calling for the ball. It counts. And the foul.
Oh, nice lead pass for a man who is certainly a target all the time. That was a soft touch he presented. He's exciting this place.
You know, if life were perfect, women wouldn't talk during the bottom of the night.
Yeah, and magazines would never smell.
268-8844. Look at Murison at 7'7". He was pushed, but he had something on that ball and put it down, and he enjoyed a high 10 from his teammates.
Second round draft pick, and not too many people thought that he would even try out for the club. Feeling was he would remain in Europe. And as you just saw, it is now 7 straight points for Murison. He has sparked his club to a 31-25 lead. Patrick Ewing off the mark. Charles Oakley with the rebound. 6:40 remaining. First half. Oakley. Knicks trying to do it from outside. Cheney had it knocked away. And Ewing deflects it out.
What's happening now, Marv, is the big man's having his effect, even though he's not swatting shots away and doing that much in there. But every time the Knicks start to the hoop, they change their minds a little bit, or they pull back a little bit. This puts pressure now on the perimeter shooting.
George Murison has a 7-foot, 10.5-inch wingspan. Tallest player the Bullets ever drafted. And they're doing it in every department right now as Price extends to a 33-25 lead. This is a Bullet club that once had the 7'6" Manute Bol. Gugliotta called for the foul.
This is a 333-pound 7'7" man, making Patrick Ewing back up. No problem.
You know, John, he is not the tallest player who's ever been drafted in the NBA. Golden State once took a guy 7'8". Patrick Ewing cuts it to a 6-point lead.
You tell me his name, Marv?
Back in 1981, says right here, Yasutak Okayama from the University of Osaka. 7'8". One other fact, and then I will stop, John, regarding Murison, who does provide some degree of fascination. Traveling violation again on Ellison. Both his parents are under 6 feet. His father is 5'9". His mother is 5'7".
And I'll also add that he's 23 years old.
Ewing. Well, he's bothered by the presence of Murison.
Well, Murison had the hand up.
Bullets have a 6-point lead, and the Knicks are struggling. Murison hits the floor. Here comes Anthony. Smith able to race it down. Starks for 3. Yes. John Starks with his first field goal. He had missed his previous 4 shots. The Bullets 33, the Knicks 30.
Pat Riley showing he's feeling the pain here of the first half as the Bullets have come out and really surprised the Knicks.
Gugliotta. Tom Gugliotta getting the roll. He's the high man with 11. Oakley leading the Knicks with 10 points. And the Bullets are up by 5. Ewing around Murison to the reverse.
Oh, that's a great move by Ewing. That's the way to attack the tall guy. Underneath the basket, you always lose the taller man.
22nd timeout taken by Wes Unseld. 4:09 remaining in this first half. The Bullets lead 35-32.
Well, Patrick Ewing taking his man down low. Murasan allowing Ewing to get that ball in close. Mobility wins this battle, and what a nice finish by Ewing.
9 points for Patrick Ewing. 4 out of 8 from the field. Has 5 rebounds. Patrick Ewing comes in averaging 25 per game. He's among the scoring leaders. Number 5, trailing Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Patrick Ewing will be facing Shaquille on Sunday afternoon at the Garden. George Murasan providing some problems with Shaquille O'Neal the last time the Bullets played the Magic.
Well, Shaquille only had 9 points in the second half.
Murasan changed his mind. Adams fires it. And Ewing getting to it and banking it off Murasan.
You know, Murasan just facially is not an indifferent player. When things don't happen right for him, or he's not happy with what he did, it wears on his face. He really shows he's into it and really cares.
Anthony. Rebound handled by Oakley. Here's Smith for 3. Yes. Charles Smith from downtown. And the game is tied at 35. 3:20 remaining in this first half. Adams for 3. And Smith trying to save it off Murasan. They call it a jump ball. Charles Smith, who's had the touch from downtown, is now 5 out of 7 from three-point range in that battle. George Murasan.
Let's see how Charles does with a man 9 inches taller.
Well, number 77 can't jump, but it may not matter when you're 7'7", as Smith controls the tap. Remember that Doc Rivers matchup with Sean Bradley? Doc skying high to win that tip.
On behalf of Doc Rivers, who I know is watching, Marv, thank you for recalling that.
I think Doc may be watching Rangers Islanders tonight, don't you? At MSG1. You think he's with us?
I know he's versatile, but I think his heart is here with the Knicks.
Calvert Cheney called for the foul. And a timeout is called. George Murasan hearing it from the crowd.
Catch the Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks Friday at 7:30 after game night here on MSG.
Don't miss the excitement as Madison Square Garden hosts the 100.
He's keeping Ewing behind him, which is the object of the offensive center. Then he gets his fall-away jump shot. He's working hard out there. He's making Wes Unseld and Bullets management very proud now, because he's showing he can be an impact player. He's affected this game positively for the Bullets.
Patrick Ewing hitting double figures. He has 10, and with 2:49 remaining in this first half, the Knicks lead by 1. Bullets have led by as many as 8. So George Murasan sitting down, replaced by Kevin Duckworth. Parting with 7 points and 4 rebounds.
Ready for a bad line, Marv? Sure. Duckworth has big shoes to fill now.
You know, for you, that's not bad. Really, that's not bad. Gugliotta on the recovery. Walker is hammered.
By his best friend, no less. And he gives him Ewing gives Kenny Walker a chest bump as he gets up. Oh, the foul on Charles Oakley, and Patrick was got an assist on that foul, though, and greeted Walker as he struggled to his feet with a little chest bump.
Kenny Walker, a #1 draft pick of the Knicks back in '86. He was the 5th selection overall in that draft.
You know, the feeling, Marv, as you look back on Kenny's great career at Kentucky, was that he would come into the NBA and kill people as a forward. But what happened was that thin waist and that very lean lower body meant that he couldn't hold position down low like Bernard King could. And he kept getting forced out of position, and he had to become a facing the basket player, and that really limited his effect in the NBA.
Starks firing. Oh, Smith with a beautiful save. What a play by Charles Smith. Anthony from straightaway tried the 3. And Walker gets to it. Under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. The game tied at 37. Ewing switching off, playing Adams. Bullets able to swing it over to Cheney. And Oakley rebounds.
Well, there's an example of position being the most meaningful part of rebounding. Oakley hardly jumped.
But the Knicks turn it right back. Good play by Anthony. And he deflected it out of bounds. Minute 35 remaining in this first half. Knicks and Bullets meeting for the 3rd of 5 times this season. Knicks won the previous 2. They've won 6 straight against Washington, 12 of the last 13. Duckworth. Rebound Duckworth.
I'll say this for Duckworth tonight. He's working. Nice job by him recovering that miss and then following it up.
Bullets 39, Knicks 37. Starks goes to the driving hook. Cheney posting up. Calvert Cheney looking very impressive.
He's got an active body. He gets that ball and moves quickly and has a nice release on the jumper. He's showing the Knicks something he hasn't in the prior 2 games.
Cheney has 6 points. Bullets lead by 4. Cheney all over Starks. Oakley could handle it. 35 seconds left in the half. Duckworth open. Knicks on the run. Anthony. Oakley. Anthony gets it back. Pat Riley wants the Knicks to hold for a final shot.
Boy, Oakley almost made an incredible follow, and then he had to pick himself up after he hit the backboard stanchion underneath the backboard.
Down to 5 seconds. Ewing with the drop step. Beautiful move. And the Bullets lead by 2. 1 second remaining. Cheney off the front rim. Well, it's been a struggle here in the first half for the Knicks against the 14-28 Bullets. Before that shot by Ewing, Knicks had gone nearly 4 minutes without scoring. And Wes Unseld with looks to be some heated words for his center, Kevin Duckworth. Or, John, words of encouragement. Hard to read. But at halftime, it's the Bullets 41 and the Knicks 39. Bob Page coming up at the MSG Sports Desk.
Which 800 service gives you the best shot at sales? Well, if there's a problem, AT&T can reroute your calls in less than a second. That should keep your pockets full. One more reason to choose AT&T 800 service, the best in the business. Imagine this is your phone line. If a network cable cut blocks your calls, AT&T's Fast Start reroutes them in minutes so your calls get through and your business stays on track. One more reason AT&T is the best in the business.
Charles, topic, best 2-on-2 teammate. David Robinson. Charles Barkley?
Wrong. Quit kissing up to the host. The correct answer is Alonzo Mourning. He's tough. He's fearless. He's devastating. He's gonzo. You know, if I was as big as Alonzo, I'd be illegal in 7 states, including Puerto Rico. I'd have bigger shoes, bigger hat, a bigger fan club, and a bigger schnoz. And a bigger logo. Ooh, fat.
Get to your Toyota dealer and get hot. Check out the Hot Corolla lease. For just $159 a month, you get all the quality and reliability of Corolla. Or save big on Tercel. With a low starting price of $86.98, it's very affordable. Hot cars and hot deals. Don't get left out in the cold. See your Toyota dealer now. Toyota!
You know, if life were perfect, women would let guys.
Second quarter where Atlanta just exploded. Skiles loses the ball. Kevin Willis to Mookie Blaylock to Stacey Ogwin for the lay-in. Hawks dominated the quarter. Dominique Wilkins has 13 points so far. Shaq has 12. At Boston, Chris Ford looking for a better effort than he got last night in the blowout loss here. And early first quarter, Celtics on a 16-4 run. D. Brown stripped Sam Perkins. Sherman Douglas to Robert Parrish. It's been all Sonic since then, though. Kendall Gill to Sean Kemp for the slam. In fact, Kemp is putting on quite a show in this one. After the steal by Nate McMillan, Kemp throws down an alley-oop pass that even the very knowledgeable Boston Garden faithful have to applaud. They don't applaud that result, though. 60-39, all Seattle at halftime. The Daily News reported today that Willis Reed and the agent for Derek Coleman have reached agreement on a new contract accord that would pay Coleman $90 million over the next 9 years. Nets ownership must approve it. Our NBA contributor Pete Vesey had these comments for me earlier this evening on Knicks Game Night.
Obviously, the Nets are in a predicament. They've blown a lot of superstars by not giving them, and a lot of guys that were pretenders to stars, Chris Dudley, by not giving them the money when they wanted it. But now they're reaching a point where they got to look around the league. Miami's a team he wants to play for. Is Miami going to give him $75 million for 8 years? I don't think so, Bob. I don't think so.
Here's the key question. Is Nets ownership going to uphold this contract? Will they sign him to the figures that Willis has apparently agreed upon with Coleman's agent?
I think that net ownership is in a hole. They really feel the pressure. They're trying to unload the team. And this is a way they look at Coleman as an asset. If they get rid of him, what's the option? I think they will cave in and give it to him.
Elsewhere today, Sixers center Sean Bradley suspended 1 game without pay and fined $3,000 for bumping an official on Saturday night. I'll be back right after this.
Nowadays, you see more and more Alamo cars in America's business regions. From the Sun Belt to the Grain Belt to inside the Beltway. You see our Cadillacs on Wall Street and our convertibles in Tinseltown. No matter which belt, coast, or loop you travel to on business, you're in Alamo territory with more on-airport locations than ever and all the miles free, including those in places where doing business isn't all business.
People say it's what's inside that counts. Well, people, I got a confession. You never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Don't let flakes be the first thing people see. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes. Doesn't just rinse them away like regular shampoos. It's like no other shampoo in the world.
You never get.
In the Olympics today, after she skated a full program for U.S. officials, and there you're looking at Eddie Murray, and the reason for that is because the ex-Met malcontent, now with the Indians, is now talking again, and he's on a goodwill tour of the state of Ohio for his new team, and Eddie obviously misses all of us as much as we miss him.
It would be nice to have a nice, happy environment around again. That environment we're in definitely wasn't happy, but, you know, like I said, you have to, you know, push yourself to come up beyond some of that nonsense that was going on, and that's what I did, and believe it or not, there was some fun had there.
Don't forget, live from the play-by-play on MSG1 later on tonight. I'll have more from the sports desk at 11 o'clock. In the meantime, back to Landover after, again, this time out.
Gentlemen,
call this number.
Every week, join MSG's Mike Crispino and Redmond coach Brian Mahoney for the St. John's Report. Thursday night at 11:15 here on MSG Network.
Welcome back to Landover. Marv Albert with John Andres. The Bullets have a 41-39 lead on the Knicks. I'll look at the leading scorers summary brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. Tom Gugliotta is the high man for the Bullets with 11. The surprise, George Murasan, the 7'7" rookie with 7 points, and he helped turn this game around. 6 for Cheney, 5 for Adams. Neither club shot well in the first half. Patrick Ewing, high man with 13. Charles Oakley with 10. And Charles Smith with 7. John, I talk about the bad shooting in the first half. The Knicks 16 of 40, 40%. Starks 1 of 7, and the Bullets 17 of 45 for 38%. But kind of a feisty game, in particular in that first quarter.
Yes, it started out real tough with Gugliotta and Charles Smith getting into it, but the Bullets have set a tone, a physical tone in this game, and also Murasan's presence, Marv, has kept the Knicks scoring down. Certainly, the amount of points they have right now at 39 is certainly evidence of his effect.
Let's take a look at some of the halftime highlights, which are brought to you by Minolta, makers of the new Freedom 105EX, only from the mind of Minolta.
Patrick Ewing got the great position in the first half and executed a beautiful move around Murasan, going to his strength in that relationship, which is mobility. And Greg Anthony found Charles Oakley in a fast break for the Knicks in the first half. Charles finished it nicely. George Murasan had some effect in this game we were talking about. He came in and tipped one home without too much trouble and got back quickly on defense. Murasan had 9 minutes of play in the first half, 7 points and 4 rebounds. Well done.
Meanwhile, the Knicks with only 17 points in the second quarter. Bullets with 19, and the Bullets at the half lead by 2.
Every week, join MSG's Mike Crispino and Redmond coach Brian Mahoney for the St. John's Report. Thursday night at 11:15 here on MSG Network. February melts the winter cold with red-hot sports action on MSG Network. The New York Rangers look to keep things smoking in the season's second half. They take on the Ottawa Senators, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the tough Boston Bruins. The New York Knicks bang the boards against NBA powerhouses. They battle the Chicago Bulls, the Seattle Supersonics, plus Charles and the Phoenix Suns. Stay tuned after most Knick and Ranger home games and catch the biggest stars in sports and showbiz. Mike Francesa and Jennifer Smith host live from the play-by-play. February brings the return of one of the nation's oldest sporting traditions. Don't miss the 118th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. College basketball continues its fast break towards March Madness. You'll see DePaul, Missouri, UCLA, and Kansas, plus 4 more big St. John's games. Today's hard-hitting sports issues are the hot topic every month as Bob Page hosts Page 1. Plus, you can always catch all the scores and stories every night with MSG Sports Desk. Have a blast and get a great seat for the February sports action on MSG Network. The best in the game.
Washington Bullets 41 and the New York Knicks 39 as we head to the third quarter here in Landover. Neither club shot well in the first half. The Knicks at 40% on 16 of 40, and the Bullets 17 of 45 for 38%. This a surprising stat, although you mentioned, you take a look back at the earlier games between these clubs, and the Bullets did hang in off the boards.
They have 8 offensive rebounds as well to the Knicks 6, and the turnovers for the Knicks was a bad statistic because it cost them 12 points. The Bullets turnovers only cost them 2 points. So it was a very imperfect first half for the Knicks, but Marv, there has been a pattern in the last several weeks of weaker first half for the Knicks, and then they would come on strong and finish much better.
Well, the Knicks opened up with hot shooting. Charles Smith turns it over. Kevin Duckworth with the steal. Knicks shot 53% in the first quarter and then dropped to 29 in the second. Kenny Walker came from out of bounds, so the ball goes back to the Knicks. Knicks have won 5 in a row, 11 of 13. They are 31-11, leading the Atlantic Division by 5.5 over the Orlando Magic, while the Bullets have dropped their last 2, and they come in at 14-28.
Let's take a look now at our Toyota matchup. Normally high-scoring John Starks with a poor first half, 1 out of 7 from the field. Calbert Chaney also kept very much in check despite his fine play of late with 6 points.
Foul is called on Walker. Kenny Walker in the starting lineup. The Bullets are without one of their top scorers, Don McLean. Sidelined by a hip pointer. McLean averaging 18 a game. Rex Chapman also out with the ankle problem. He averaged 18 per game. Smith gets inside. And the call is knocked out of bounds by the Knicks. Opening minute, third quarter. The Bullets 41 and the Knicks 39. Duckworth rejected by Ewing. Good recovery after Ewing received help.
Ewing went around to front his man and got significant help from behind.
They double up on Ewing. Gives it off to Oakley. Met by Gugliotta. Rebound Oakley. And Duckworth on the rebound. Good defensive work by Charles Smith. He stifled Tom Gugliotta.
Boy, he was really concentrating on the belly button. You know, a lot of coaches will say that. Don't look at the man's head. Look at his middle, and that's what Charles did.
And back at the other end, Charles Smith hits the jump shot to tie the game at 41.
The reason for that is wherever the middle goes, the man's going to go. His head can fake you out, but not the middle of his body.
Calbert Chaney. Rebounded by Kenny Walker. Gugliotta with the tip.
Got the position, and he is a very tall guy. Gugliotta with that kind of position can hurt you, and the Knicks better think about boxing his 6'10" body out.
Bullets by 2. Ewing, yes. And the game is tied at 43. Patrick Ewing has 15 points. Adams and Chaney at the guards. Gugliotta, Duckworth, Walker up front. They double up on Gugliotta. Shot clock at 2. Down to 1. Walker hits at the 24-second buzzer. Bullets 45. The Knicks 43. Starks. That was a 3-point attempt. Adams went behind the back for Chaney, stopped by Anthony, but Chaney is right there, and Pat Riley upset. Wants a 20-second timeout.
Pat Riley with lots to say to his team. This is not a soft conversation. Charles Smith getting a lesson in getting back on defense. Pat seems to save these explosions during timeouts. He doesn't overdo it. And he's not happy because he senses the direction of this game going away from his team, which has got to be heavily favored to beat the Bullets. Michael Adams avoiding the pressure on that play deftly and pushing the ball up. Chaney stopped by Greg Anthony, but then made a nice recovery. Took a while for the Knicks to get back. It was only 3 Knicks under the basket in that sequence, and defensive transition is a very important part of the Knicks' normally very tough defense. Dick Carter contributing to Pat Riley's strategy there, clearly.
John Starks is 1 for 9 from the field. Neither club hitting from downtown. Smith posting up. Gugliotta able to come up with a steal on the gamble. And the foul called on Starks.
It's a problem that you see over and over again, where big men, upon seeing the ball coming into them, stand there and wait for it to get there, and the defense runs around them to deflect it or steal it, which is what happened. The big man has to come to the ball. He can't keep his feet cemented in the ground.
Bullets lead 47-43. Gugliotta. Rebound, Duckworth. And Duckworth knocks it out of bounds. 4 minutes have gone by in the third quarter. Bullets with 9 steals for the night. Smith for 3. Charles hit one earlier, and he's had the touch from long range. Adams with that shot put style long range attempt. Here's Ewing. Yes. Well, Patrick Ewing, 7 of 11, 17 points, and he has brought the Knicks within 2.
Well, he backed Duckworth in low, and Greg Anthony got him that ball. John Starks in a little pushing match with Cheney now.
Gugliotta sandwiched between Ewing and Smith. And the foul on Ewing, his second. So that will send Tom Gugliotta to the line.
Gugliotta worked hard to get the position. Then when he got the ball, even with Ewing coming in to help Charles Smith, he worked his way into that foul, which he succeeded in drawing.
71% free throw shooter. The Bullets' first-round draft pick last year, led all rookies in assists and steals. He was the third-best rookie rebounder last year behind Shaquille O'Neal, made the all-rookie team this season, averaging 17 points per game.
Tom played his high school ball at Walt Whitman High School in Huntington Station out in Long Island.
Washington by 3 points. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Marv Albert and John Andres from Landover, Maryland. Adams' pass almost thrown away.
Kenny Walker, nice job boxing out to get that rebound.
Albert Cheney posting up.
Oh, what a tough move. Fast delivery.
Bullets 50 and the Knicks 45. Bullets have led by as many as 8. It's been close throughout. Knicks at one point led by 5. Smith from Ewing. Nice pass from Patrick Ewing.
Boy, with the double team, it looked like Patrick Ewing's visibility was cut short, but it wasn't as he found Smith.
Bullets lead by 3. Again, Cheney posting up. And a foul is called. John Starks having difficulty against the rookie, Calbert Cheney. He's called for the pushing foul. That's his third. And a timeout is taken.
Category.
Music. Deep Purple, man. Classic.
Foreigner. Huh?
Yeah, man.
First album.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Ah, Meatloaf. When were his friends calling? Me?
Mr. Loaf. About my Sharon.
Beechwood aged Budweiser.
Supertramp.
Crisp, clean, classic.
Frampton comes alive. Moment of silence, please. Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, all right.
New Year's '94. Here's the deal. Unwanted gifts go back. New Year's resolutions are made. And a Pontiac Sunbird Coupe or Sedan is only $10,959. A loaded 1994 Pontiac Sunbird, now only $10,959. with air, automatic, power anti-lock brakes, steering and door locks, AM/FM stereo cassette, rear window defogger. A fully equipped 94 Sunbird 2 or 4 door, only $10,959. That's the Pontiac deal. Now at New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Team Pontiac dealers.
Final call. We've got to move fast, Kirby. I hope your book hurts.
Not exactly, but this company's fast.
As fast as Hertz #1 club goal?
Not exactly, but they do have a special place to pick up the car.
Like Hertz?
Not exactly, but it'll be waiting.
Under a canopy? With the keys in it?
Not exactly.
And protected from the weather?
Not exactly.
In Rent-A-Car, there's Hertz and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Counting on that promotion, Kirby?
No, not exactly.
5:49 remaining in the third quarter. The Bullets with a 50-47 lead on the Knicks. That's one of the major reasons that the Bullets have been leading most of the way. They've done it off the bench. Bullets bench has its own identity, as Kenny Walker told John earlier tonight.
Well, we call ourselves the Dog Pound, and that's something that we started at the very beginning of the season. A lot of people criticize us for not being original because it's the same name as the Cleveland Browns, but we like it. It's something that gets us very excited, gets us going, and I'm the top dog because I'm the first guy off the bench, and I like it. It's very exciting for me.
Kenny showing a lot of pride that you often see with players that play off the bench. And everybody on the bench has their own name, which we'll show you a little bit later.
Duckworth coming up short, and Anthony with the save. Now that's not exactly original, as Kenny admits. They also had the Dogs in San Antonio at one point.
Right.
Antoine Carr leading the way. Oakley, and back comes Michael Adams. Bullets lead by 3. 5 minutes remaining third quarter. Here's Walker. Well, Kenny Walker hitting again. He has 6 points.
It seems that everything positive that Kenny's doing is at a time when you really notice it. He looks like he's having a big game here, even though the points aren't that high.
Adams off the steal. Adams going all the way. And the Bullets now lead by 7. Well, here's a Knick club that comes in playing its best basketball of the season. 5 straight wins. 11 of the last 13. Foul is called. Pushing foul. It's on Chaney. Knicks come off total destruction of the Boston Celtics last night. They beat them by 35 points, biggest margin of victory this year by the Knicks. Anthony Mason will come on for Charles Smith. And the Bullets struggling at 14 and 28. Lose their last 2. Beaten soundly last night at Indiana. Yet tonight, as the foul is called on Adams, the Bullets are providing huge problems for the Knicks, who just can't seem to get anything going. And Wes Unseld hasn't even gone to the secret weapon in the second half. George Murison. That's tipped home. The tip by Oakley. Joe Patio, who hit earlier, hits as he makes his return.
Well, when we asked Patio when he joined the Knicks in Milwaukee what his biggest contributions would be, he said, I can shoot the ball.
Bullets lead 56-49. It is Bullets ball. Rolando Blackman checking in, replacing John Starks, who has had one of those nights. 1 for 9 from the field. But as we have seen with John Starks in the past, he has been able at times to shoot his way out of it. Let's see if we get the chance this evening. Derek Harper getting set to come on. Duckworth isolated against Ewing. Duckworth 1 for 9 from the field. 3.5 remaining in this third quarter. The poor Knick shooting continues. Patio from Gugliotta, and he was pushed from behind. by Mason.
Very impressive play by Gugliotta, leading the break after that rebound and dishing that pass off. He's actually the second man in assists after Adams on the Bullets, over 3.5 a game. Nice look away pass from Gugliotta.
He is an excellent passer. And Gerald Patio will go to the line. Well, Gerald Patio, a member of the, as Kenny Walker said, the dog pound Bullets bench.
He'll get his name soon.
Yes.
At Kenny Walker, the top dog, and you can see the other names here. Very nice. Scooby-Doo, Brent Price. Sure his family's proud of that.
That's just very well thought out, very deep job, you know. I wonder how much time Kenny and the Bullets spent on that.
Knowing players, Marv, I think they probably spent a long time on that, coming up with the perfect one, you know.
Pass deflected out by the Bullets. 3:10 remaining in the third quarter, and the Bullets lead 57-49. This matches their biggest lead of the game. Shot clock is at 10. Hopper and Blackman now in the backcourt. Well, Patrick Ewing has been the Knick offense. He has 19 points. He's 8 of 14 from the field. And the Knicks trail by 6. Oakley breaks it up and is fouled by Duckworth. Good hustle play by Charles Oakley.
Gugliotta trying to throw that home run pass to Ellison inside. Oakley on the case, though.
When we come back, we will see more of the 7-7 George Murison.
Don't break my arm. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
First kid that we saw as Blackman is able to hit to bring the Knicks within 4. He may grow up with very strong anti-feelings about his family if he's ever shown that particular shot. George Murison has checked back in after the very impressive first half that helped get the Bullets back into it. Last touch by Ewing. Down to 5 on the 24. That was intended for Murison. Anthony Mason. Rebounded by Oakley.
Ewing wide open with the hands up.
Oakley. And Ewing able to get to it, but his pass picked off by Gugliotta. .140 remaining in the third quarter. Adams took his eye off the ball and lost the dribble. That's something you rarely see.
Meanwhile, Gerald Patio is complaining to the official because of the massage he was getting from Derek Harper, who wouldn't let him do anything, go anywhere to get that ball.
Ewing. The Knicks are within 2. 21 points for Patrick Ewing. Harper all over Adams. Harper with the steal. Ewing for Harper, who decides to regroup with Murison hanging around down low.
Ewing wants to go around him.
Goes to the jumper instead. And he's tied the game at 57. 8-0 run by the Knicks. Timeout taken by the Bullets. It's a 20-second timeout with 53 seconds to go in the third.
Well, the Knicks' pride is coming to their rescue right now, and determination. It's really a battle of wills, and they're showing that they feel it's time to take control of this game now. Ewing finding the touch in a big way. And it's always a pleasure, Marv, to have the presence of Mike Saunders here when we're doing the game, editorializing the comments.
Annoying people coming over, trying to make suggestions. Well, Patrick Ewing, 10 of 17. The rest of the Knicks, 15 of 47. Ewing with 23. Oakley has 12. Smith has 11. Gugliotta, high man for the Bullets, with 14. Adams is fouled by Harper, and they have some words.
Patrick Ewing, fortunately, in the right spot at the right time. Adams, as a 5'10" player might do in this league, is showing how tough he can be. And when he's fouled, he'll give something off to Harper. He's looking to draw that foul, and Harper is adding his physical presence to Adams' aggressiveness, and both players expressing their respective positions in life and basketball.
John, you're so deep.
Everybody has their claim to a certain amount of space.
Michael Adams continues the discussion. At the end of Derek Harper is saying, leave me alone. I don't want to continue this. Adams, an excellent free throw shooter, 84% at the line. He has 8 points. Bullets 59. The Knicks 57. And now it's Harper to the offense, guarded by Adams. And Harper shoots and hits. The game is tied at 59.
After a skirmish, a player always wants to show his superiority, and that was Harper's way of getting back at Adams.
And we get the whistle for a foul against the Knicks. It's on Oakley. That is his third. Down to 17 seconds. Remaining third quarter. Knicks are over the limit, so Gugliotta back to the line. He's 1 of 2 from the line. This is a very hectic stretch for the Knicks. Playing 7 games in 10 days. Knicks move on to Atlanta. They'll meet the Atlanta Hawks on Friday night. That'll be an 8 o'clock start on MSG1. Knicks game night at 7:30. Sunday afternoon, the Knicks home for the Orlando Magic. And then Monday night, they'll play at Miami. Wednesday at Philadelphia.
Tom Gugliotta in the first game here in Washington got shaken up in a collision with Mason and Doc Rivers and had a frustrating game. Had to leave the game with a bruised lower back.
Bullets lead by 2. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Ewing goes to the spin and hits again. Bullets and Knicks tied at 61. Adams with time running down. Good finish to the third quarter by the Knicks. After 3, they're tied at 61.
Everybody was famous, every actor, every industrialist, but a lot of pretty shady people as well traveled on this trade. Everyone wants to see something new and sort of be refreshed by a new experience. American Express has always had a great reputation in tourism. The American Express customer is our sort of customer.
American Express is welcomed on the Orient Express and for other moving experiences.
You'll never make it in the NBA.
You'll just sit on the bench.
You never even played college ball.
You're just not ready, man.
You won't have a chance at Cabela.
Don't get your hopes up.
For moments
moments when there's no time to waste. Cellular One and Nobody Beats the Whiz put you in touch automatically in over 300 cities across North America.
Hello. Boomer! It's 3rd and 17, Joe. I need some help. Where's the ball? 76 dig, X corner.
Cellular One and Nobody Beats the Whiz. Cellular service.
Hello.
You need to use a pitching wedge
That's simply the best.
Madison Square Garden television announcers have the David Rickey look. Designers of custom wardrobes for men. David Rickey and Company.
We deliver for you. And by Gillette and the revolutionary Gillette Sensor Shaving System. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Welcome back to the U.S. Air Arena in Landover, Maryland. Bullets and Knicks are tied at 61 as we start play in the fourth quarter. Michael Adams and Gerald Patio in the backcourt. George Murison, Kenny Walker, and Purvis Ellison on the front line. They double up on Ellison. Ellison stripped. Good play.
Well, the Knicks have their coach, Pat Riley, constantly telling them to get up on the offense. Keep pushing at them. Create pressure. Don't allow them any room.
Shot clock at 3. Oakley with the good box out. Did Charles ever thought about putting a box out move on a 7'7" player? Knicks able to come back with the strong run at the end of the third quarter, led by Ewing. 12 of his 25 points in the third quarter. Shot clock running down. Hoffer with the air ball handled by Ellison. Murison surprised to receive that pass. Adams shooting. Mason. And the rebound handled by Murison. Here's Patio looking for the shot. And the foul call. Foul committed by Blackman. Charles Smith getting set to check back in.
Mason works his way in for a short jumper. Can't put it down. Murison right in the play above everybody. At the other end, Patio driving to the basket. Was shot blocked by Blackman, but there was body contact. Patio will go to the line.
Well, Price is back. Brent Price in his second year out of Oklahoma, replacing Michael Adams. Gerald Patio playing only his 4th game as a member of the Bullets. Signed as a free agent, signing a 10-day contract on January 27th after the Knicks waived him. He had signed as a free agent and appeared in 3 games with the Knicks. Bullets 63, the Knicks 61. Blackman played by Patio. Blackman went to the left hand. Nice move. Rolando Blackman off the dribble.
Gives Rolando a lot of pride to be able to go around a much younger player like he just did.
Knicks and Bullets tied at 63. Hoffer with the steal. Oh, Hoffer with a terrific play, and he's fouled. Hit hard by Price. He suckered Price into that. What a sensational move that was. And Hoffer will go to the line. Here it is.
Always reaching around the defense. He's so good at doing that without getting called for the foul. And at the end of the move, he feels the contact coming. And he's denied that basket with the effort of Price. Blackman on the last move. Looking at Patio. Driving right around them for that left-handed finish.
Well, they called a flagrant foul on Price. Hard hit by Brent Price, and they've called it a flagrant. I don't know.
Well, in the view of the official, he felt that Price wasn't going for the ball. He was going more for the body. And that's undoubtedly why that was called from the official's viewpoint.
So the 2 free throws and possession for the Knicks, who lead for the first time since they were up 37-36 as Hopper hit the first, missed the second. Smith rebounded by Ellison. Patrick Ewing has gone up against George Murison in very smart fashion. You recall, John, in the past when he's been challenged by minute bullets, Murison off the mark. At times, Ewing would try to force the issue, but he has handled it so well. He's taken terrific shots here and has not forced it when it's not been there.
Yes, he's gone to his strength, which is the jump shot.
2.5 gone by in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks lead 64-63. The Bullets have led most of the way. The Knicks involved in a struggle with the Bullets. Murison again, air ball. I would think we will see Big George head to the bench shortly as Hopper gives the Knicks a 66-63 lead.
Hopper bringing such a steadiness to the offense at the end of games as he did in Seattle the other night with a spectacular shooting exhibition, rather in Portland, I mean to say, and he's showing this steadiness right now again.
Price protecting the ball against Hopper. Shot clock at 6. Well, Murison goes right at it, and that time was able to use his bulk.
Boy, he sure did, and he rolled right to the hoop.
Good move.
George Mikan would have been proud. Use that size and take it to the hoop.
You know, John, there are some similarities as Charles Smith goes off the mark. Of course, Mikan did move much more fluidly, but in seeing a guy like Murison, who towers over everybody, and Murison unhappy about the call, got a bit excited, and the foul is called.
Well, here's that move by Murison. He's got to get to the basket now. How's he do it? Just keeps backing his way in and then goes right to the hole. That's a feeling that Patrick Ewing doesn't witness much in his career, where he is miniaturized by his opponent.
Miniaturized once again. John going to another level, coining a phrase. Blackman, and the Knicks lead 68-65. Patrick Ewing heading back to the bench. Price thought he was fouled. Patrick getting a rest, sitting down with 25 points. That ball was deflected out of bounds by the Knicks.
I would think this will be about a 2-minute rest for Patrick.
Cheney gets inside. Nice move, switching hands in midair. Went to the left and was able to hit. Calvert Cheney has had an outstanding game. He has 12 points. And the Bullets are down now by 1. 7:25 remaining in this fourth quarter.
Harper not getting anybody coming to him. He may have to do it himself, and he does.
Oh, Murison protecting the ball. Cheney. Bullets lead by 1, and the Knicks call for time. 6:54 remaining, fourth quarter.
Which 800 service keeps sales clicking? Well, if
Same emergency road services, sir.
Not exactly. In rent-a-car, there's Hertz, and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Are you sure this is the way to the hotel?
Not exactly.
Did you hear that?
MSG Network is a proud sponsor of the smash Broadway musical Damn Yankees, now coming up at the Marquis Theater Don't miss this classic baseball song and dance show starring Tony and Emmy Award winner B.B. Newirth and Cheers and Broadway veteran Victor Garber. Previews begin February 14th. Opening night is March 3rd. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets.
6:45 remaining, fourth quarter. The Bullets 69, the Knicks 68. Hopper and Blackman in the backcourt. Oakley, Smith, and Mason up front. Blackman, oh, nice move by Rolando Blackman. And the Knicks take a 1-point lead. Blackman has 10.
That was some move by Blackman. He just challenged the Murison.
Another steal by Hopper. Picking Price clean, and again Price called for the foul. And Price will sit down.
Mark Price's brother having a problem right now with Derek Harper. Mark Price, the Cleveland Cavaliers all-star.
That's good recovery, John, on your part.
Oh, what a move by, excuse me, Mark, by Rolando Blackman. What were you saying?
I did that last game, so I can feel for it.
A nice flow there, yes. You know.
So Brent Price, Mark's brother, sits down, and Derek Harper has given the Knicks a 72-69 lead. Michael Adams replacing Mark's brother, Brent.
John Starks' teammate at the All-Star game.
Yes, that's right.
You might recall.
Cheney backing on Blackman. And it's Murison. He has 11 points, 7 rebounds.
Everything he does, the crowd loves. He's playing with an earnest energy, and as I mentioned before, Marv, his body language is turning on the Bullets fans here. He's giving it his all.
And a lot of minutes for George Murison, who is appearing in only his 20th game. Comes in averaging 3.5 per game against certain teams. As we have seen, well, he can do the job.
Also, Mark, for some reason, the Knicks big men are ignoring him. And with his effort and hustle, he's just going to the basket, and things are coming his way.
Knicks lead by 1. 5:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ewing from deep. Oh, Patrick Ewing with a beautiful touch. He now has 27 points. The Knicks lead 74-71. Now Gugliotta draws a double team and also draws the foul. Called on Oakley for Charles, his 4th.
The point Pat Riley was demonstrating to Oakley is keep those hands up. You're doing a fine job, but when you lean in, that's going to be a foul then. So keep those hands straight up in the air.
Second team foul committed by the Knicks. Post-up move attempted by Murison is called for the travel. That's the danger of trying an isolation play with the inexperienced Murison.
But he was trying to use his power to back Ewing in, and that's what resulted in the infraction, that motion that he started with.
Oakley. Yes. Well, Ewing double team. Ewing looking to spark things verbally. Biggest lead of the night for the Knicks. A margin of 5 with 4:40 remaining in the fourth. Cheney rejected. Ewing over to help along with Smith.
Forceful rejection by Ewing.
That's his 3rd block of the game. 6 on the shot clock. 2-shot foul, says Jack Madden. The ball had not been thrown in, and a foul called off the inbounds. Foul on Blackman. That's his 3rd.
Rolando fighting through that pick. After that play, he played very aggressively on that pick move, and that's what caused the foul.
And Blackman discussing it with Greg Willard. Albert Cheney is a 77% free throw shooter. Albert Cheney, the 1992-93 College Player of the Year at Indiana. Very talented. He can shoot. Shot 56% over his 4-year career with the Indiana Hoosiers. Knicks lead 76-72. Looked like Smith went up and down, and now he's tied up. Crowd wanted to travel with that initial move, but apparently he did keep 1 foot planted on the court. And now off the tie-up, we'll get a jump ball. Smith and Gugliotta. And they'll toss it again. Well, one official, Tom Washington, was about to make the call that Charles Smith jumped in too soon. The other official, Jack Madden, was going to admit that it was a bad toss, and they'll stay with Madden's interpretation. Last touch by the Knicks. The Knicks lead by 4 as we come up on 4 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. Very aggressively played game right from the start. Cheney as they clear it out for Gugliotta. Rejected again by Ewing. That's his 4th block. Hopper lost it on the baseline, and the ball goes back to the Bullets.
Great to have that kind of teamwork as Gugliotta goes into his move being guarded by Charles Smith. All of a sudden Ewing appears out of the sky to send that shot back.
Bullets take a timeout. 3:53 remaining in the 4th.
They know it's not really home. New York is home. If this were really home, you should be the New Jersey Giant.
Ball goes off. Lister comes on. Feet to Leach in the slot. He scores! Brian Leach! Rangers fans, show your true colors on Monday, February 7th, when the Rangers take on the Washington Capitals. The first 1,500 fans wearing New York Rangers apparel will receive a free gift from Model Sporting Goods and CCM. That's Monday, February 7th during the Rangers versus Capitals game at Madison Square Garden. Look for more Model CCM blue shirt nights throughout the season.
Let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Score! Rebound, another save! Steve Walker! Let's go Rangers! Brian Leach! Let's go Rangers! Mike Gardner! Let's go Rangers! Playing hard! He can in! He scored!
Let's take a look now at the Knicks' upcoming schedule. Brought to you by Delta Airlines. It's on its way, Marv. Here it is. Friday, the Knicks at Atlanta. The tough Hawks get a good look at the Knicks at home. 8 o'clock for our Knicks pregame show. And then Sunday, the Magic come to Madison Square Garden. And then Monday, the Knicks will shoot down to Miami to visit with the improved Miami Heat.
Crowd of 14,127 here at the U.S. Air Arena. That is Greg Gika, the translator for George Murasan. I think that George Murasan has had complete understanding of what has taken place here on the court this evening. He has played exceptionally well. It's been a major factor, helped spark the Bullets in the first half, and has done a good job again here in the second half. I thought he was headed to the bench after some bad shots, but Wes Unseld stayed with him. Oakley met by Murasan and forced the shot. 24-second violation. The Knicks with a 76-72 lead. 3:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Adams and Calvert Chaney in the backcourt. Up front, Murison, Gugliotta, and Walker. Chaney being played by Blackman.
Blackman knows he's got no help behind him.
Murison fouled from behind. Fouled by Ewing. That is his third. Well, now they changed the call. It's Oakley. Oakley picking up his fifth.
Murison instinctively rolling to the basket. And that creates a problem as the Knicks are giving him more respect, and he hits that first foul shot. You know, on the average, Murison only plays 8 minutes a game this season.
He is 2 for 2 from the line. For the season, 17 of 28, right around 60%. The Knicks lead 76-74. Murison with 13 points. And that is a career high for George Murison. The Knicks lead 2. We're just under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Ewing rebounded by Gugliotta. And this crowd getting behind the Bullets. There have not been too many high moments for the Washington Bullets this season, but they've played well here tonight. Shot clock at 5. Murison has tied the game at 76. The Knicks call for time.
Basket. And again, Marv, we do not see the Knicks getting in front of this big guy. The whole game, they are allowing him to go where he wants to go for the most part, and he just rolled right down the middle end very easily.
John, when we were here to do the Knicks Bullet game back in November, the general manager of the Bullets, John Nash, was telling me about George Murison, who at the time was out because of a case of the measles, and he's saying to anybody who would listen, hey, this guy could be a player, he could contribute, and everybody's saying sure, particularly as we were watching him warm up, because he is very awkward. But hey, there's no question this guy is going to contribute. Well, this is not a fluke. He's done it now on several occasions.
I tell you,
conditioning is the only question mark about.
To me, the outstanding part of his game is his attitude. He loves what he's doing.
Game tied at 76. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Ewing for Oakley, and he hits. Charles Oakley gets inside, and he's given the Knicks a 78-76 lead. Adams being played by Hopper. Walker guarded by Oakley.
Well, Charles is cruising for a head or an elbow in the mouth there. He's so close to Walker.
Gugliotta with a beautiful spin to beat Smith, and then the recovery by Smith. Nice play. Charles Smith with the block. We're down to 4 on the 24. Gugliotta will throw in. Murison wants the ball. I don't understand that pass.
Oh, he took a chance. Gugliotta tried to get cute with that inbounds pass.
And a traveling violation. The Knicks give it right back. Oakley undecided. Yeah, that was a strange pass. He was having difficulty getting it in. And now the Bullets call for time. Minute 33 remaining in what has turned into a very entertaining game.
People say
ball taking that extra step before he dribbled, and that was an infraction after the Knicks took a ball away from the Washington Bullets. But now with 1:33 to go, Knicks are sitting on a 2-point lead, and they want to keep their fine streak alive, and they're giving their all right now.
Knicks with 2 timeouts remaining. Bullets with 2 left. Both clubs used their 20. Yes, the Knicks have won 5 in a row, 11 of the last 13. Record of 31-11. They've won 3 straight on the road, all on the West Coast. He's been the story. 7'7" rookie from Romania, George Murasan. And Wes Unseld having enough confidence to go with Murasan over a veteran like Kevin Duckworth here in the final minutes. The Knicks with a 2-point lead. Gugliotta met by Ewing, goes to the fadeaway and ties the game at 78. An impressive shot by Tom Gugliotta, who has 18. The Knicks and the Bullets at 78 apiece. Adams poked it away. Ewing looking for the setup and fires and hits. Patrick Ewing has been on fire from outside. He has 29 and the Knicks lead by 2.
Knicks cleared out the whole side in case Patrick wanted to drive that ball.
Just under 1 minute remaining in the fourth. Oakley again up tight on Walker. Shot clock at 6. It's down to 4. Gugliotta had to force it. Did not get a good look at the basket, but he had to shoot. Down to 35 seconds. Smith able to move it across. Pat Riley wants a timeout. Well, he got the timeout. The Bullets and the Knicks will talk it over with 32 and 4/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. Remaining in the fourth quarter. Knicks have 1 timeout remaining and the Bullets have 2 left. Patrick Ewing setting up and shooting the long jump shot as he has been doing all night long. He's 13 of 21 for 29 points. And he just gave the Knicks an 80-78 lead.
Patrick is truly in a class by himself among his the rest of his teammates as far as his performance here tonight shooting that basketball.
And you know, always loves to do it back here in the Washington area after the All-American career at Georgetown. Still a favorite. Here, this is a court that he knows very well from his days as a member of the Hoyas of Georgetown. Oakley will throw in. Knicks lead it by 2. He cannot find anyone. So the Knicks able to inbound. The shot clock is down to 10. Oakley is fouled by Gugliotta. Charles Oakley will go to the line. He's 2 of 3 from the line.
Well, Patrick Ewing under pressure finds the cutting Charles Oakley, and he's cut down by Gugliotta.
Oakley a 78% free throw shooter. Down to 26 seconds remaining in the fourth. Charles with another solid ball game. He has 17 points. He has 12 rebounds, 4 assists.
I thought Charles's reaction to not making the All-Star team was noteworthy, Marv. None of this feel sorry for me attitude at all.
Yes, some guys would have turned on it, as we've seen in all sports. But he did not give any of that off and handled it extremely well. Knicks lead by 4. Bullets call for time. Lead 82-78, both clubs with 1 timeout remaining.
Well, thanks to Charles Oakley's foul shooting now, the Knicks have a little cushion with this 26 seconds left. Derek Harper, well, will be hounding that basketball, trying to take the Bullets' initial offensive move away. And the Knicks, of course, will not want to foul the shooter, whoever that may be. There's always the risk of a 3-point shot going in and a foul being called, which could tie the game.
Knicks have shot well in this fourth quarter after having their problems earlier. 8 for 16 from the field in the fourth. Adams went to the crossover. Adams brings the Bullets with him, too. They got the quick hoop. That's what they were looking for. But the Knicks able to inbound. Bullets give up the foul. And Kenny Walker does just that to stop the clock with 19 7/10 seconds remaining.
Well, Pat Riley wasn't happy about the ease with which Adams got to that basket and how quickly they struck. I mean, they did it the best way possible. They got the 2 points. Adams goes right around Derek Harper and Patrick Ewing for that shot. The Knicks, of course, so careful not to foul, made it look so easy.
First trip to the line for Smith, an 81% shooter at the foul line. Well, the Knicks are hitting their free throws down the stretch. Oakley hit a couple, now Smith. And the Knicks lead 83-80. Bullets do have a timeout left, as do the Knicks. Clutch foul shooting by Charles Smith. And Wes Unseld will use a final timeout. 19 7/10 seconds remaining.
Only Hilton offers the double dip. Now charge your stay with the American Express card and earn double honors points and double hotel miles with any of these airlines. Double points, double miles. Only at Hilton.
The Knicks 84 and the Bullets 80. 19 7/10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. When we resume, it will be Washington ball. The Knicks will be heading to Atlanta Friday night, a meeting with the Atlanta Hawks at the Omni. Knicks game night 7:30. We'll be on with the telecast of the game at 8 on MSG1. The Knicks and the Hawks met at the Garden on December 23rd, and the Knicks won by the score of 84-75. It's been an excellent half year for the Atlanta Hawks, although they're not playing as well recently as they did earlier in the season. But the Hawks coming into tonight a record of 30-11 to lead the Central by a half game over the Chicago Bulls.
Well, they're playing better defense, and that's the difference under the Lenny Wilkins-led Hawks these days.
Gugliotta will throw in. Bullets do not have any timeouts remaining. Again, they look for the quick shot. And here it is. Kenny Walker with an air ball. Cheney with the save. Down to 10 seconds. Gugliotta for three. And it will be Nick Ball with 7. No, make it 6 seconds. 6 1/10 remaining. As Harper is fouled, grabbed from behind by Adams. Down to 5.2. And the Knicks have a 4-point lead.
Harper made sure that Adams was behind him. He's such a pro at protecting the ball and knowing how important it is for him to get both hands on the basketball on the inbounds, and that's what he did.
Harper 3 of 4 from the line. Well, Oakley hit 2, and then Smith hit 2. Down the stretch from the foul line, Derek Harper not able to hit. The Knicks 7 for 7 from the line prior to that miss here in the fourth quarter. But only 5 2/10 seconds remaining. And the Knicks lead by 4. Make it 5. And that will wrap it. Adams, 3-point attempt. Cheney gets to it. Time has run out on the Washington Bullets. Not an easy one for the Knicks. Led by Patrick Ewing, who just gave a nice little pat to George Murasan. The Knicks are able to defeat the Bullets 85-80, and Pat Riley and his ball club have now won 6 in a row, 12 of the last 14. They go to 32-11. Bullets hung in, but they dropped their 3rd straight. They are now 14-29. Patrick Ewing with 29 points and a number of clutch field goals down the stretch. We'll be back with our recap in a moment.
How many times did Jim Bouton's hat fall off in the 3rd game of the '64 World Series?
37 times.
Give the kid a break. What does Hubert Davis like on his pizza?
Pepperoni and pineapple.
Give the kid a break.
Who gave Pepper Johnson his nickname?
His Aunt Trish. Give the kid a break. Give the kid a break.
Nobody knows sports like the Times.
Hey! That doesn't miss.
If I may, the Canine Academy is conveniently located. We train show dogs that... No! Dealing with destructive behavior is our forte.
Get out, you little puppy!
The 9X Yellow Pages. It's surprising what the ads can tell you.
I'm not only the Academy president, I'm also a client.
Sitting in the sun. You think sitting in the sun's easy? First, you got to get to the beach. Then you got to find somewhere to sit. You don't want to get burned, so you put on 2 layers of 15 and hope to equal 30. And who's going to do your back? Sitting in the sun isn't easy. Take 5.
Final score, Knicks have now won 7 straight and 13 of the last 14 against the Bullets. And our NatWest Bank's player of the game, Patrick Ewing, 29 points and 12 rebounds, 13 of 21 from the field. He also had 4 blocked shots and 4 assists.
For the most part, it was Patrick's jump shooting tonight that really made the difference. He was on a tremendous roll throughout the game with the touch from outside. Patrick always inviting the big man to come out and chase him, and when he didn't get him to bite, he hit those jumpers.
And a look at the leading scorers summary brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. Ewing with the 29. Oakley with another excellent game. He had 18 points along with 12 rebounds and 4 assists. Charles Smith had 13. Rolando Blackman with 10. Couple of big buckets off the dribble by Blackman. Harper came up with 2 critical steals and went a good portion of the fourth quarter. Harper had 8 points. For the Bullets, it was Tom Gugliotta, the native of Long Island, high man with 19. Calbert Cheney played well. He had 15 and a career high 15 points for George Murison, playing only his 20th game in the NBA. Michael Adams with 11. Final score again, the Knicks 85 and the Bullets 80. We'll be back with more from Landover in a moment. With this man, the 7'7" George Murison, along with his interpreter Greg Giga. So let's go to the floor for John.
Greg Dika will help me here. Greg, I'd like to congratulate George on his performance and ask you if he was pleased with his performance tonight.
Nu, pentru că nu am apărat foarte bine pentru Patrick Ewing.
I wasn't happy the way I defended against Patrick Ewing.
Eram mai fericit dacă câștigam. A fost un meci foarte frumos care...
It was definitely a nice game, but it would have been nicer if we had won.
What will he do different next time against Patrick?
O să încerc să mă apăr mult mai bine, să lucrez pentru apărare și să mă apăr mult mai bine.
I'm going to work to defend myself more.
Now, he did not play, George did not play on the average very much this year, 8 minutes a game. Did he get fatigued out there?
Pentru fiecare joc. În seara asta te-ai obosit cu cât ai jucat?
Cu cât joc mai mult, mă obișnuiesc și... De exemplu, seara asta n-am obosit deloc.
The more I play, the more I become used to it, and it seems that tonight I didn't get tired at all.
What did he find? Did he find Patrick Ewing, I should say, the most difficult opponent he has seen this year?
Cel mai greu oponent cu care ai jucat anul ăsta?
Da, e foarte greu de apărat. E foarte tehnic și sare foarte bine.
He jumps very well, yes, indeed. It was very difficult, one of the most difficult.
E foarte greu să pui o problemă în fața lui. meciul următor să sper că o să se schimbe.
It's very difficult to do something against him, but hopefully the next game that will change.
Does he feel the crowd enthusiasm supporting him?
Sala, entuziasmul din sală.
Sunt prea concentrat asupra meciului și n-am timp ca să mă gândesc și la entuziasm.
I'm concentrating too much on the game, and I don't have time to listen to what people are yelling.
One final note. Does he? Can he give us a memory of the day he was drafted and how he expressed his love for basketball?
Poți să ne spui cum în ziua când ai fost draftat te-ai exprimat iubirea pentru basketball?
I love this game.
That's what we wanted, George. Thank you very much for a great effort and a nice performance, and good luck to you, and thank you for visiting with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. As you said, Marv, a very enjoyable interview here with Big George and his translator, Greg, and we appreciated that. And now let's go back to you.
Nicely done. John and George Murasan with some help from the translator, Greg Gika. Well, our guests received the American Express gift check. Think of it as a universal certificate that can be used to buy anything just about anywhere. Gift checks available where American Express traveler's checks are sold. And some of our guests receive a watch from Fendi, the 900 series, registered Italian design, finely crafted in Switzerland with an ETA quartz movement for precision timekeeping. The Fendi Timepiece Collection, available at select Macy's stores. We'll be back with more from Landover in a moment.
Catch the Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks Friday at 7:30 after game night here on MSG. February melts the winter cold with red-hot sports action on MSG Network. The New York Rangers look to keep things smoking in the season's second half. They take on the Ottawa Senators, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the tough Boston Bruins. The New York Knicks bang the boards against NBA powerhouses. They battle the Chicago Bulls, the Seattle Supersonics, plus Charles and the Phoenix Suns. Stay tuned after most Knick and Ranger home games and catch the biggest stars in sports and showbiz. Mike Francesa and Jennifer Smith host live from the play-by-play. February brings the return of one of the nation's oldest sporting traditions. Don't miss the 118th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. College basketball continues its fast break towards March Madness. You'll see DePaul, Missouri, UCLA, and Kansas, plus 4 more big St. John's games. Today's hard-hitting sports issues are the hot topic every month as Bob Page hosts Page 1. Plus, you can always catch all the scores and stories every night with MSG Sports Desk. Have a blast and get a great seat for the February sports action on MSG Network, the best in the game.
Okay, so I tend to put things off. For me,
game tonight, but Patrick Ewing found his teammate Charles Smith wide open, and he gave us the bud dunk of the game.
John, I really enjoyed the interview that you
did. Sure.
I did with George. He was, I don't know if you noticed it, he was getting a little annoyed at your line of questioning.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't pick that up.
No, I didn't pick it up.
But you know, you should have gone right into your French. He is fluent in French because he played in France last year. You could have gone right into that, made the transition, and you would have had a more of a smoother interview.
Well, you know, if the Knicks general manager Ernie Grunfeld was on a traveling team, he could have been out there speaking Romanian with us, and I really missed Ernie in that interview, Marv.
But, you know, you're right. He does have George does have a terrific attitude. It's nice to see the way he came through tonight, and he's a factor. I think conditioning is the only question.
Yes, he wasn't fulfilled with his fine performance, which was really for him quite groundbreaking, I think, in many ways. He went up against, you know, one of the, if not the best center in the NBA tonight, and he really credited himself quite well.
Have you gotten shorter? I don't understand this.
I don't know what's going on around here.
You've been miniaturized.
Telephone books here.
Once again, final score: the New York Knicks 85 and the Washington Bullets 80. The Knicks make it 6 consecutive wins. Marv Albert with John Andres saying so long from Landover. Friday night, the Knicks continue this road trip against the Atlanta Hawks at the Omni. We'll be on hand starting with Knicks game night at 7:30 and 8 o'clock telecast on Friday.
and playing in the U.S. Amateur or in the public links or something of that stature where he can go and be competitive in a national event and enjoy it. He doesn't need to play for money. He's got enough money. He ought to play for the enjoyment of the game, which is what golf is all about. Golf isn't about professional golf. He sees it as a professional athlete. That's what I want to do. But if he sees what amateur golf is and how great that is, and that's something he can be a part of, I think he'll really enjoy golf a lot more.
And I'm sure Dean Smith is happy that you're playing the pro circuit and not in North Carolina anymore.
That's right.
Thanks so much for joining me, Davis. It was great to meet you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sports Interview with Ann Liguori is brought to you by the Sharp Electronics Corporation. From sharp minds come sharp products. And now, this week's Sharp Moment.
I think my most memorable moment in golf has to be the Ryder Cup, because there was so much attention on that tournament being over in England. So many great players on the team. You had Ray Floyd, probably his last time around, Lanny Watkins, the next captain. We had Tom Kite. So just to be a part of that, to play 4 matches as a first-time Ryder Cup player was very exciting, and also to have a part in the very end to make the last putt that helped seal up the Ryder Cup, you know, as a first